Broadcasting from the Fence One Studios. Voted #1 contractor in North Alabama. 94.1 WHRP. Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur. A Cumulus media station.
Toni, yeah! Toni in the morning. Toni in the morning.
94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP.
If this world
Kendrick Lamar with SZA, the big hit for them. Luther on 94.1 WHRP. Toni in the morning. Wednesday, hump day. Welcome to it. Yes, another nice weather day around the Tennessee Valley. And the UKPT says no to yay.
And Tony, this should have been banned from Disneyland. They are banning water bottles.
Water bottles?
Yeah, you can't hydrate no more.
Wait a minute.
I'm just joking.
Okay, all right. Listen, this happens to be Black Health Awareness Month, and we're going to catch up with one of the most famous doctors from television, Dr. Ian Smith, at 7:30 today.
There's a rapper encouraging artists to use AI. Yeah.
Really?
Meek Mill.
Really?
Yeah. But it's in a different way, though. In a different way.
He's been quiet anyway, so I'd like to see what's going on there. And Queen Latifah and the AMAs, Beyonce and the Met. All right.
Netflix has a new free gaming app, or new ad-free gaming app for kids.
What?
Yeah, just for the kiddos. 8 and under. I think this is dope.
Oh.
I think this is dope. They might be on to something.
How much that gonna cost? Right. How about those tickets to the R&B Lovers Tour? They're on the way. Don't go too far. Toni in the morning, DJ Primetime 256, WHRP.
94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP.
Baby girl, Aaliyah. Are you that somebody? I ain't nobody.
How Stella got her groove back from that soundtrack.
Man.
Yeah, that was a great soundtrack.
Yeah. That was a great movie, too. That was a great movie.
I'll be Stella. Stella for a day.
Get your groove back.
Right.
94.1 WHRP. Tony, Disneyland is putting a ban on water bottles.
Really?
At least from going on the rides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say that ain't gonna work.
I think this should have been banned.
I think that's for every ride, no matter where. Amusement parks shouldn't allow that.
I think your slides, if you got slides on your feet, and it's one of them rides where your feet dangle, you need to take them bad boys off.
Right.
Your cell phones in your pockets and all other great stuff. Take it off.
You would think that they would have like little lockers or something, or some kind of contraption maybe on the ride that you can lock it safely.
That'd be dope for it to be on the ride.
I think so.
Yeah. So apparently people are taking their Stanley cups, those big steel water bottles.
No.
Now, Disneyland says that becomes a projectile at 55 miles an hour on a roller coaster.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, imagine dropping a Stanley cup.
Imagine getting hit.
Hey, I got it. So they say that 13% of all ride shutdowns at the resort are due to the customers.
Yeah.
Things falling out their pockets and they having to recover it, or people getting injured.
I lost a hat. This was when I had to. It was a bucket list thing. So I went to ride the Cyclone in New York over there at the big, thing there. And I lost a hat that I love so much on that ride. It's a rickety old ride. It's like a real historic roller coaster.
Okay.
The Cyclone, Coney Island.
Okay. Yeah.
It is not good if you have a bad back. That ride is so old. How old is it? It's older than me. Times 30. But I had to ride it because I was a big, thrill seeker. I love roller coasters and all that. And this was almost 30 years ago. But still, even then,
it was worth giving up your hat.
It was and it wasn't. The only cool part about it is I get to tell this story.
That's true.
I want my hat back.
Today's best variety of R&B. 94.1 WHRP. Toni in the Morning is looking black in the day. Back in the day. Back in the day.
Back in the day, April 8th, 1990, it was Percy Julian, a developer of drugs to combat glaucoma and methods to mass-produce cortisone, and George Washington Carver are the first African-American inventors admitted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. And that happened nearly within the 17-year history of the National Inventors Hall of Fame. That's back in the day. On this date, back in the day in 1969, the first Canadian team to play Major League Baseball took the field as the Montreal Expos and competed in their first regular season game. 1974, Hank Aaron, he broke Babe Ruth's home run record by hitting the number 715. Frank Robinson became the first black Major League Baseball manager in 1975, and it was 2016 when NAA entered the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Celebrities celebrating birthdays and famous people too.
Happy birthday to Deja Loaf, rapper, singer who topped the charts with hits Try Me and Back Up. We also have Brenda Russell, singer and songwriter, with her classic hit Piano in the Dark. She also won a Grammy for Best Theater Musical for The Color Purple. Patricia Arquette celebrating a birthday as well, Academy Award winner for Best Supporting Actress in 2014 for Boyhood. And Sky Jackson, she played Zuri Ross in Disney Channel's comedy series Jessie. In memoriam, we have Biz Markie, born on this date in 1964. His nickname is the Clown Prince of Hip Hop. He's a rapper, actor, and mix DJ whose classic hits are Just a Friend and The Vapors. He started Men in Black 2, Yo Gabba Gabba, Empire, and SpongeBob SquarePants, just to name a few. Find more celebrity birthdays on our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP.
And it's National Zoo Lovers Day. Celebrate the wonders of wildlife and the importance of conservation. That's back in the day. Toni in the Morning on 94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP.
It's your best girlfriend, Toni Terrell, DJ Primetime 256. It's Toni in the Morning, Wednesday hump day, and today's high 74.
Good news in the neighborhood. Huntsville Park and Recreations will be hosting their employment motivation practice literacy opportunities for the youth. This is a free workshop readiness course. This is for teens and young adults 15 to 24. This will take place at the Dr. Richard Sauer Center this Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon. So arrive early and get this education. Know how to arrive for your next job. For this and other good news in the neighborhood, check out our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP.
The Good News in the Neighborhood is sponsored by Alabama A&M. Learn more about Alabama A&M University by visiting aamu.edu today. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Broadcasting from the Fence One studio, voted #1 contractor in North Alabama. 94.1 WHRP, Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur, a Cumulus media station.
Toni, yeah. Toni in the morning. Toni in the morning. Waking up your world. Toni in the morning. Toni in the morning.
94.1 WHRP.
And it was going to be a devastating situation based on the words that came out of his mouth. But nonetheless, since then, overnight, there is a declare of a ceasefire for the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks
as they're
ceasefire.
trying to work things out.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. 2 week ceasefire. I'm glad something is stopping. But man, I was sweating yesterday because we never had a president make so many threats.
Yeah.
On social media. You remember when it used to be really fake news and like you can't believe everything they say on the internet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's unhinged. It's no question. And the fact that he has followers and people that really, feel that he's doing the right thing is beyond me. So much chaos, not even a year and a half since he was sworn in. It's amazing how many people just are at odds with one another because of one person. They call that one bad apple in the whole bunch.
One bad apple will ruin the whole bunch.
Yeah. And typically, you know, in most corporations, when they find somebody that is causing a problem or that that's the person, that's the cancer in the room, they get rid of that person. What is the problem?
Man, this problem's sticking out like a sore thumb, and it doesn't seem like they care too much.
Well, those that do care didn't vote for him. That's the bottom line. Well, on a good note, PT, now here's another person who is a senior and has a GoFundMe, didn't ask for it, just being a good person. This is the kind of customer service you can only dream of. This guy is a pizza deliverer. He's 68 years old, and his small act of kindness turned into over $100,000.
That's crazy. You know how much trash I picked up off the ground and nobody gave me anything for it, Tony?
We didn't see it.
They got cameras everywhere else except where I'm doing a good deed. And this man, but I think it was dope because he went out and went the extra mile. They didn't have any Diet Coke at the store. So he went out his way to get 2 liters of bottle Diet Coke for this customer and then refused the tip once he got there to
and he
deliver the
paid
pizza.
for the Coke out of his own money.
Right. Didn't even use the company's money. He went out the way, and gas is $3.99 a gallon, and didn't want a tip. Now I got $100,000. That's crazy. So, Tony, I was behind the building, and I picked up all the trash back there, and my Cash App is...
Well, it's April, and April is the month of bringing awareness to good health, all right? April is the Minority Health Awareness Month, and we're going to talk to Dr. Ian Smith. You know him from The Doctors, and that's coming up next. Stick around. Toni in the Morning with Tattletales on the way. Got to get in somebody's business with 94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP.
The latest gossip headline.
Here she goes, up in everybody's business.
Tony's Tattletale.
Did you hear about what happened?
Tony's Tattletale.
Tony's Tattletale. Is any of this true?
Tony's Tattletale.
Well, it's true that our guy 50 Cent, yes, is getting ready to have a 3-part documentary. This series will be on Hulu, who outbid it, Stars, Netflix, and Apple TV. Yeah, we're going to talk about from the streets of Queens to the international fame. It's on and popping. We don't know when it's going to air. We just know it's on the way. And congratulations again to Miss Angel Reese. Angel Reese, of course, now traded from Chicago Sky to Atlanta Dream, made no pause in her game. Let me tell you, this lady has already launched and made the big announcement that she's got the Atlanta Dream theme merch online. Y'all ready to switch teams? All right. And another little something to keep an eye on is Kanye. Yeah, he's on tour, but he won't be in the UK because they said no way. He's been banned from the UK. In fact, they had a really big festival planned for July. That's been canceled. So Kanye is only in the USA. And you know why? Because you know who his friend is, Little Head Man. That's why it happened. All right, it's not the word, is what I heard. It's just tattletales.
Now you're in the know about other people's business. From Tony's Tattletales. Sponsored by Smoothie King in Huntsville and Madison. Fresh and delicious smoothies all day. 94.1 WHRP.
Thank you for starting your morning with us. Toni in the Morning on 94.1 WHRP.
Everybody talking about Keith Sweat, Genuine, Elgin. Also, we are talking about Drew Hill, Joe, and Cut Close because they're going to be at the VBC on Friday night. What you doing Friday night? We want to give you a chance to win tickets. Hoping that you've already signed up on our website. Somebody may get a phone call this morning. Could be you. Make sure you stay connected.
Oh, Tennessee Valley, we got to treat the people better that say my pleasure. So, Tony, check this out. There was a Chick-fil-A employee in North Carolina that found $10,000 in the restroom, right? And because this employee was so nice, they turned around and found the owner. And after they found the owner, they gave him the $10,000 back. And the owner only gave them $500. $500 out of $10,000. I would be absolutely mad about that. Absolutely crazy. So we got to treat the people better that say my pleasure. So if you go to Chick-fil-A today and you lose $10,000, man, get somebody more than $500 back. You got to.
94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP, today's best variety of R&B. Toni in the Morning and DJ Primetime 256. And what a treat to talk to Dr. Ian Smith. April, National Minority Health Month, of course, focusing on the health of Black Americans in this country. And with that said, good morning, Dr. Ian.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you. And we've seen you on television a lot of times, Dr. Ian.
A couple of times.
What are you up to these days?
Well, I got to tell you, I've been doing this for a long time. Been on TV, radio, you name it. But I started a new podcast called Black Health Unfiltered with Dr. Ian Smith. And there's several reasons why I really wanted to do this podcast. Number one, the podcast is by us, about us, and for us. And it's really important to me, particularly at this stage of my career, when, you look at the landscape of African Americans in our health, and I've been covering it for, my goodness, almost 30 years now. But you look at it, and some things just haven't changed. For example, the health disparities. We tend to be at the top of all these categories as far as breast cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, dying from colorectal cancer, all these different illnesses. We haven't made a tremendous amount of headway over the decades. And so I really wanted to start a podcast that brings on the best African-American doctors and medical minds to talk about how all of these illnesses may affect us differently and why they do that and what we need to do in our own homes and churches and schools to actually turn the tide. And so this is a really important podcast for me because of the amount of information we're trying to get out to save and help our brothers and sisters just lead better lives.
Do you think doing a podcast is a little more intimate than television, radio, where people can get the information firsthand?
Yeah, I love the podcast format because, first of all, you have time. You go on TV, you got 3 or 4 minutes. Radio, it's 3 or 4 minutes of a segment. But with a podcast, you really can delve into a topic and cover all different aspects of it and approach it from different angles. And so the podcast allows me to talk to these doctors and really drill down the whys and what are the prevention steps and what should people look out for. So, yes, the podcast format. And by the way, if people like to be in their cars or sitting at their desk with their headphones in, and they like to listen to these podcasts. So I think the podcast format is very amenable to getting information like this out.
What is something small we can do on a daily that'll help us out health-wise?
Well, there are lots of things, but I would say that, physical activity. One of the major issues for African Americans is our lack of physical activity. We really need to get more involved in moving our bodies, and particularly, strength training. That's another aspect. Not enough of us, particularly women, by the way, are participating in resistance or strength training. That's so important for our bones. It's important for our muscles as far as increasing our metabolism. It's important for our balance as we age. And when you think about it, when you think about young people, you say, okay, they're fine. They look great. They're doing well. But, as you age, all of those guards that you have because of youth, they start falling away. And so now the real test comes as to how are you really taking care of your body. And you can get away as a young person not taking care of your body so much and still look the part. But when you get older and you haven't been taking care of yourself, you can see it and you can feel it. So I would say increasing if I had to say just one thing, and there are obviously other things, more fruits and vegetables, of course, but if someone said one thing right now, it would be to become more active.
Talking to Dr. Ian Smith has a brand new podcast, Black Health Unfiltered, as we recognize Black Health Awareness Month within the month of April. Dr. Ian, there are a few diseases out here that seem to really attack the health of Black Americans, such as diabetes and heart disease for women, probably more than men, from stats that I've read over the years. But you're the doctor, you know. Why is that? Is there any reasoning why we have more of a higher risk than other?
Yeah, that's a great question. And by the way, to your point, you're correct. People think of heart disease being a man's disease, but when you look at Black people, Black women have higher rates of heart disease than actually Black men. We just don't talk about it, and we don't frame it that way. But that's something that Black women need to also be very careful of, not just men. But, you know, a lot of this comes down to what they call social determinants of health. And what these are things that are out of our control, environmental factors that influence outcomes. For example, lack of access to quality health care, environmental situations. A lot of our brothers and sisters live in food deserts where, you know, they don't have healthy produce and other healthy fresh foods within a mile or two of where they live. It's also about medical deserts where, you know, a lot of us don't live close to tertiary medical centers. That is, medical centers that have great academic behind them and great research behind them and the best technologies. The other part of it is things that are in our control, though. These are modifiable risk factors we can modify. Lack of physical activity, as I previously mentioned, dietary choices, high salt, which is sodium, high fat, fried foods. All these things contribute to our risk. And then these things, by the way, it's all interconnected, by the way. The lack of physical activity, the less than healthy dietary choices, the high consumption of sugar leads to obesity. And obesity leads to heart disease, it leads to diabetes, it leads to stroke, it leads to vascular disease. So all these things are really intertwined.
And what about getting just a regular checkup? How important is that to have a yearly checkup at the doctor?
Well, it's critical. It's critical for this major reason. Most of the time that African Americans do not have good outcomes with disease is not because we have some kind of genetic inferiority or some kind of genetic predisposition. It's because we tend to catch diseases at later stages when they're more difficult to treat and they're less likely to be cured. If we could catch the diseases, whether it's high blood pressure, whether it's diabetes, several forms of cancer, if we could catch them earlier, then treatments can be enacted that can make lifespan normal, that can manage or cure the disease. But we don't go to the doctor enough. And because we don't go to the doctor enough, when we do go, and if we have something, it's something that's been brewing for a while. And had we caught it earlier, we could definitely have better health outcomes.
Talking to Dr. Ian Smith, and it is Black Health Awareness Month. Dr. Ian, what kind of doctor are you? What is your background?
Yeah, so I'm a physiatrist. I'm trained in physiatry. I started in orthopedic surgery. Then I switched into physiatry, which is rehabilitation medicine, physical rehabilitation. But as you know, I've spent most of my career dealing with weight loss and weight management and nutrition. So I've covered kind of a lot of ground. Most of my career has been in the public media space of advocating for better health and for self-improvement. And so that's kind of what I've been doing, writing books. My 30th book comes out in September. It's called The New Menopause Kitchen. My good friend Rachel Ray, the cook, has created 50 recipes for the book. But the idea behind the book is to help women be able to deal with the difficulties of menopausal symptoms through food. Yes, we know there's medications like hormone replacement therapy, but there's a lot to be gleaned and gained from eating differently during menopause. So the New Menopause Kitchen comes out in September.
Well, that is a whole conversation within itself. Menopause, mental health, right? All of that. That we can go on for hours on that one, no doubt. I'm glad that you are bringing that book out with Miss Rachel, and that's going to be a really big game changer for so many women who are going through a lot of emotional changes because of menopause and physical as well. Dr. Ian Smith, brand new podcast, Black Health Unfiltered. How can we find your podcast?
Yeah, it's available everywhere podcast, whether it's iHeart, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, you can find it. My Instagram is at Dr. Ian Smith. Spell the doctor out, I-A-N Smith. If you have questions, or I post lots of free videos of helping people kind of eat better, get in shape or whatever. So definitely follow me. Check out the podcast. Our new podcast coming up. We're talking with Dr. Littleton from Florida. We have a podcast on black skin from Dr. Michelle Henry from New York City, a contributor to the Today Show. So we have the best of the best on this podcast, breaking it down for us so we can live better lives.
Well, I know you know everybody and everybody knows you, so we're looking forward to seeing who you'll be talking to give us this great information, important information for better health. Dr. Ian Smith, thank you for your time this morning.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for your support.
Broadcasting from the Fence One Studio, voted #1 contractor in North Alabama. 94.1 WHRP, Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur, a Cumulus media station.
Toni, yeah. Toni in the morning. Toni in the morning. Toni in the morning.
94.1 WHRP. 94.1 WHRP, Black History Facts with O.C. Maddox Jr.
As the Queen Mother declared in Black Panther, portrayed by Angela Bassett, show them who you are. Please note the following, because that is not just a line, that is a command. Because who we are is not accidental, it is ancestral. From the great systems of ancient Africa, we see two powerful forces. We see mobility and nobility. Mobility was our mastery of movement across rivers, across land, across ideas. Now was not just water, it was a system of exchange, mathematics, agriculture, and life itself. How about nobility? It was not just royalty, it was responsibility, order, and elevated thinking. Now, history shows us this, though, that European empires studied and desired the nautical and trade systems of African mobility. But where Africa built systems of flow and exchange, many European powers turned toward control, colonization, and taxation, replacing movement with restrictions. The end result was tyranny, rigid rules, even among its religious institutions, which resulted in massive exodus initiatives, and sadly, they created also a carriageway of negative principles that resulted to the human trafficking of slaves, which were our ancestors. But even in that, we adapted, because what we brought to these shorelines is who we are. That's called adaptability intelligence. You see, adaptability in motion breeds the streams of the laws of opulence and not just capitalism, my friend. We are the representatives of the biosphere called the sacred life of geometrical living, the pyramid triune, from survival to innovation to global influence. That's who we truly are. And here are your 3 adaptability and mobility pinpoints for today's episode. Number 1, identity is engineered through history. You see, we must know who we are, because identity shapes movement, decisions, and destiny. Number 2, mobility is strategic power. Economic, intellectual, cultural movement is how we position ourselves in every system that we enter. And number 3, adaptability, it's going to demand execution. It's not enough to know. We must apply, build, and demonstrate excellence consistently. And as the great Marcus Garvey once said, and I quote, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots," end quote. So in this moment, we're not asking for permission. We're not waiting for validation either. We are standing in identity. We are moving with purpose, and we are executing with precision, because right now it's time for us to show up and continue to show out. I can hear the echoes of the ancient queens who once proclaimed, "Show them who you are." Indeed, indeed. Well, that'll do it for today. I'm O.C. Maddox Jr. for Black History Facts. And until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and keep on making history.
Black History Facts, weekdays at 7:55 a.m. and 1:20 p.m. Brought to you by OMJ Media Design. Black History Facts, weekdays at 7:55 a.m. and 1:20 p.m. Brought to you by OMJ Media Design. Find them on Facebook for photo, digital, print, and more. OMJ Media Design.
94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP. It's a Shamu 54 degrees
Woo.
outside
Need a
this
sweater.
morning.
Need
Man,
a
it
coat.
is.
A little hat.
Tony, I had to bundle up this morning.
Yeah, me too.
Be changing
Yeah.
a little bit this afternoon, but had to bundle up a little bit this morning.
How's your allergies? Seems like I'm going through a little something. I don't do allergies, you know?
I don't know how people get allergy shots. You know,
Oh.
because I don't, they don't, apparently I don't
severe.
qualify.
That's severe allergies if you're getting shots.
I touched the
Yeah.
fence and then I sneezed, which means my hand had to go over my face because I didn't want my sneeze to touch the world.
This is getting complicated.
And then my eyes started itching.
Uh-huh.
And then
'Cause
I
you
couldn't
touched the
see.
fence?
Man, Tony, yeah.
What was on the fence that
Well,
caused
I was just
all of
leaning on
that?
it. I was just
Oh,
leaning on it, just watching the kids practice and fussing.
Oh, okay.
And then I said, achoo. And then, yeah. Oh,
Blame it on the fence.
my whole, it looked like I got beat up, Tony. My whole right side of my face swole up, looked like
yeah,
hitch.
swollen. Mm-hmm. That's what I look like if I eat onions. I start getting that whole swollen face thing. Yeah.
Tony, you make my mouth itch already.
That's my
You make my mouth itch.
that's my allergy right there.
I'm
Oh my
right with you.
gosh.
Onions. So check this out. Netflix had just unveiled their Playground app for kids. Check this out. At no additional cost.
What?
At no additional cost. If you
I ain't buying
already
it.
have it, you say you're not buying it. At some point in time, it's going to go up in price, right? But for now, it's free. For now,
Really?
it's free.
Oh, that's
So-
the bait.
Yeah, that's the bait. They get you with at the very get go, right? And then once you get so many millions of kids on there and they're hooked on it with their silly songs from the cast of Bad Dinosaurs, or they're making their little viral videos, that's how they get you. They get you locked in, and then they're gonna charge you a smooth $4.99 extra. But right now it's free. It's free for now.
Okay,
Free
yeah,
for now.
because Netflix just went up on their regular subscription price, you know. And so I wonder if they went up on that to offset this to be
Don't.
free.
You're not supposed to be telling folks that.
I ain't
you
supposed
know
to be
too
like,
much.
okay,
You
yeah.
know too much.
But I think it's kind of neat. I mean, everybody wants something safe for their kiddos to be able to view where you can, you know, sigh of relief because you never know. I mean,
Man, and
yeah.
you never know what happens next. Like when you're on the YouTube and it automatically plays the next video, you don't know what's going to be popping up. You don't. So I like the fact that Netflix has this and it's just for kiddos.
All right, check it out. What's the app again? It's called?
It's called the Playground app for kids.
94.1 WHRP.
Kevin Ross and Love in the Middle on 94.1 WHRP. Wednesday, hump day, Tony in the morning. And you know what? I think everybody probably should have a Don Staley mama. I mean, she is, you know, she's just a class act. She really is. And I know she gives a lot of credit to how she is, how she grew up, to her mom. And things weren't always as grand as they are these days for Don Staley. If you look back in retrospect, you know, she talks about growing up in the projects and pulling herself through that environment and then becoming who she is now. You know, there was a lot of different levels of life on her journey to become the award-winning coach that she is. But what happened earlier, just about a week ago, right?
Yeah, about a week ago now.
South Carolina basketball coach Don Staley, Coach Gino, of course, of UConn. And I think his feelings got bruised more if you look back, PT, at the whole situation. You have a team that won every game throughout the season. And then they get to, you know, the big stage and an opportunity to advance for a championship. Don Staley's team is in a rebuilding status right now. She got a lot of freshmen, and they are balling. Because if they weren't, they wouldn't have got to that far,
Big
right?
Facts. And I'd have been a little upset too, man. He lost 50. Well, he won 54 consecutive games, and to get beat the way that they did is that puts the stinger in it just a little bit, almost 20 points.
You gonna let these rookies bring you down? No, let me stop. Right? Yeah. And so, I mean, and then he got petty with it, saying that, she didn't, push forward with the protocol, which is just a tradition of the coaches, shaking hands, of which not only did she shake his hand, I don't know how he forgot that.
She shook everybody's hand.
Everybody's hand, who
Everybody.
normally don't even get handshake.
Right.
People don't use, but she did the fist pump and all the bump and all that stuff, So when we look back at the video, we're like, were we the only ones that saw you shake her hand?
Tony, all COVID protocols were broke. She shook everybody's hands. She was making sure everybody was good to go. Yeah. And he put out an apology saying that he lost himself in the moment and his behavior was uncalled for. And I commend him on that. But, man, you got it's all about in the heat of the moment. Some things you got, they do it for press, I'm
kind of thinking that maybe the apology should have been more direct to Don Staley because that's who you had the beef with. And, the way I looked at it, because that's how I look at things, is it's something that a lot of African-American women deal with when it comes to Caucasian men in the culture of, these big companies, any person in a big CEO or a leadership position. We typically deal with this type of behavior. It is not something it's something that's kind of quiet, but the sisters know what I'm talking about. Because sometimes what we have found over the years is that these Caucasian men, they think that African-American women are their equal because they'll never give that status to a black man. And so we deal with this all the time. And then when you outplay them or you outsmart them, you deal with that type of behavior. So basically what he did was put it on display. We see it all the time in the boardroom, in different companies that you work for. If you're in upper management, we see it all the time. You don't ever see it pretty much on television in real time. And that's what I saw that day. It's that attitude, it's that behavior, and you put it on blast. So for Don Staley to handle it the way she did, the way she always does, with class and grace, she is now asking everyone to turn a page, let it go. We're going to move forward. She also gave him props for his contribution with women's basketball, and basically said, one moment doesn't define a career. And it doesn't.
That's facts, yeah.
But it did say a lot.
94.1 WHRP.
I'm from 94.1 WHRP. Tony in the morning. And Tony, coming from where I'm from, these prices on these airline baggage, this luggage, keep going up.
It's crazy.
It is.
Earlier in the week, I think it was United.
Who
announced that they were going up by $10
from $50 to $60. United had announced that they were going up,
and now it looks like Delta, raising their prices. Ooh-wee. All right, so the first and second check bags will go up by $10.
That's crazy.
$45 for the first bag and $55 for the second bag. That's a little cheaper than United.
Man.
Yeah. And then if you have a third bag, it's going to jump up. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
$200
for a third bag.
Yes. It'll probably be cheaper to ground ship your stuff.
It's definitely cheaper. UPS, FedEx.
So when you pack to travel, do you do the whole, I just need a pair of black slacks, brown slacks, blue slacks, a white shirt or black shirt, and a brown shirt? Like, you don't need a lot. You can interchange all of those to different outfits and maybe two, blazers or something like that, depending on where you're going. If you're just kind of, hanging out, maybe it's just 2 pairs of jeans and 1 pair of slacks, or maybe it's just a skirt that every lady has that little black dress that goes with everything.
That goes with everything?
Yeah. And you don't need to really pack that much. So it's, just travel with your on aboard carry on. Yeah.
I mean, for these prices, you might as well travel as not a passenger, a flight attendant.
Yeah. You notice how they only have usually 2 bags.
That's all you need. Get a book bag. Put your essentials. Put your undies in there, a white shirt, pair of blue jeans, and a pair of white shoes. You're good to go.
Yeah, I think that the key is your undergarments. That is the key.
You got to have them changed. Yeah.
You got to have those. But
what smell of undermust you got going on?
Your undergarments, your toiletries, those are very important things. But as far as our clothing, I think we can do some repeats on some of this because this is outrageous.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just rather go light on the bag and I'll shop when I get there.
Or you can always ride Greyhound.
94.1 WHRP. Toni in the morning. About to chop it up and break them down. Those complicated lyrics on old school jams and new ones too. It's the old school, new school lyric breakdown.
Well, they call him the Clown Prince of hip hop, the one and only Biz Markie, who was born on this date in 1964. He will be 62 years old today. Many people remember him, especially the kiddos from Yo Gabba Gabba and, of course, SpongeBob SquarePants. But we remember him all the way back to The Vapors and Just a Friend.
Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date, but a year to make love she wanted you to wait? Let me tell you a story about my situation. I was talking to this girl from the U.S. nation. The way that I met her, I was out on tour, or out on a concert. She had long hair and a short mini skirt. I just got on stage, got dripping, pouring with sweat. I was walking through the crowd, and guess who I met?
I whispered in her ear, "Come to the picture booth so I can ask you some questions to see if you are 100 proof." I asked her name and said blah 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 blah. I took a couple of flicks and she was enthused. I said, "How do you do? Like the show?" And she said, "I was very amused."
I started throwing bass. She started throwing back mid-range. But when I sprung the question, she acted kind of strange. Then when I asked, "Do you have a man?" she tried to pretend. She said, "No, I don't. I only have a friend." Come on, man. I'm not even going for it. This is what I'm going to sing.
So what we have here is someone playing the field or not. You got what I need, but you say he's just a friend. And you say he's just a friend.
Oh, baby, you.
You got what I need. You say he's just a friend. This is the time where if you can't sing, you sound good. But you say he's just a friend.
Oh. Gabriel Jacoby, baby, 94.1 WHRP. Toni in the morning. And we've got TikTok star Keith Lee has something big that he wants to announce for his first New Orleans Food Festival for local businesses.
Oh, that's going to be hot. Listen, how much does it cost to raise a child in the United States of America these days?
A lot of money. A lot of money. Folks is going broke out in these streets of that, Toni.
Hey, you wanted them? You got to invest in them. All right. Our inspiration song of the day, just moments away. Don't go too far. Toni in the Morning, DJ Primetime 256, 94.1 WHRP.
Broadcasting from the Fence One Studios. Voted #1 contractor in North Alabama. 94.1 WHRP. Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur. A Cumulus media station.
Toni, yeah! Toni in the morning. Toni in the morning. Waking up your world. Toni in the morning. Toni in the morning.
94.1 WHRP. 94.1 WHRP.
Century Forever, 94.1 WHRP, today's best variety of R&B. Toni in the Morning. And how much does it cost to raise a child? Seems like it needs a jingle.
A whole lot of money.
The cost of raising a child for 18 years. You're supposed to, so it's only 18. I guess that's the legal age of an adult in most instances, right?
Yeah, before they tell you get out the house.
I always wonder why, because 19 is still a teenager, why they never stretched it out to 19.
Yeah. I think it should be 21. Nobody consider you an adult till you're 20. You can't do nothing legal for real, until you're 21.
And I agree. Of course, it's easy for me to say because I don't have to raise any kids. But they're saying on an average for 2026, it's going to cost you nearly $3,400
a month
to raise a kid. And how can you do that if the average income is only $100,000? Somebody ain't getting no new shoes.
Somebody ain't gonna get no socks. We not get the new shoes. We can't even make it that far. You gotta wear it till the glue fall out.
CBS did a whole poll, and they found that 77% of the respondents in this poll believe it is harder to raise a family today than previous generations. Of course, because we want more. Everything costs more. You got more, digital this, digital that. We used to go outside and play with sticks and stones.
Yep. Dodgeball with sticks and stones.
You're right. But now, I look at some of the birthday celebrations that people have for their kids, like when they turn 16 years old. They're getting brand new high-end cars. They're having this whole elaborate celebration for being 16 years old. Are you kidding me?
Craziness. I seen a
Back
girl
in the
come out
olden
of
days, you got $16. That was it.
$16 on your 16th birthday.
Yeah.
Now they coming out of limos as Barbie dolls and having too much. So, and we also have TikTok star Keith Lee. He's known for helping, up and coming businesses and small struggling businesses like that have good food. He's known to give them a platform and talk about them. Great food critic, always pointing out stuff. Well, he's having his inaugural food festival in New Orleans, and he is letting the food vendors come out for free.
Ooh.
Free food vendors. Now, let me tell you, if you don't have to spend money on the vending, right, and you can just spend it on the seasoning, you're winning. Hands down winning. Now, this festival is going to take place May 16th in New Orleans. And, Toni, I might have to go get me some crawfish.
Yeah, this is great. He really does give back. And, more people should try to, follow that lead.
Yeah. A lot of things I don't think you have to charge for. People come up on the money grab, and they're just so caught up on the money, and they forget about giving to the people. And, vendors' fees and all other great stuff, that's crazy. Spend more money on getting the food and less vendors' fees, you're going to have a line out this world. And the people appreciate it. And next year, they'll have
Life
two.
with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Every 5 years, the Department of Health and Human Services and the Department of Agriculture publish an update of their dietary guidelines for Americans. This year's update was, no surprise, heavily influenced by RFK Jr. and other prominent figures in the MAHA, or Make America Healthy Again movement. The inverted pyramid infographic has caused a little bit of confusion, so we decided to talk to a few leading food experts about what you should really be eating in 2026. And I think the big takeaway, and I think almost everyone agrees with this, is to eat real food. Whole foods, fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds, legumes. Try to limit as best you can the amount of ultra-processed food you eat. Now, healthy fats can be a good thing, and I know a lot of people are fixated on this right now, so let's just say you are likely already getting enough protein. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
94.1 WHRP. Today's best variety of R&B. 94.1 WHRP.
Faith Evans showing folks a love like this. 94.1 WHRP. Toni in the morning. I'm DJ Primetime 256. Don't forget the 256. And now it's time for your motivation and inspiration.
Well, here's a little ditty. Try not to become a person of success, but rather Try to become a person of value. That is your motivation and inspiration. 94.1 WHRP.
Today's best variety of R&B. 94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP. Click the purple button at WHRPFM.com and listen live.
That I made up. Questions that I ask every time I wake up.
Are you even real? Teddy Swims and Giveon, 94.1 WHRP. We're just a few away from the midday vibe. And Kevin Williams, don't go too far.
And until tomorrow morning, Tennessee.
Toni in the Morning Show. Weekdays starting at 6 a.m. on 94.1 WHRP. Today's best variety of R&B. 94.1 WHRP.